So when I'm living that value
and those things you're calling values ndio sasa zenye tuna train on tunaziita character strengths. Like I mentioned integrity. I mentioned integrity.
Yes.
So if you're living integrity, it becomes a virtue in you. Yeah.
Also, a virtue is value in practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the Bold Path podcast, where we lean into inspiring stories of entrepreneurs. I am your host, Lucy Wanjiko Jenga. Thank you again for being there, for subscribing, for being part of the community. I see all of you. I'm seeing every comment. I'm seeing every like. I truly appreciate the growth that we've had. We are now at 1,000 plus subscribers. Every and each one of you is important to us. In TikTok, we're seeing exponential growth. So I appreciate you for being here. Today, we are joined by an amazing guest, an amazing woman as always. And our guest today is the first cartographer I know in my life. And I know as you're there, you're probably wondering, and I also wondered, what is a cartographer? So she'll tell us what a cartographer is and why it's important in our everyday life, but also why she's a character coach. And yeah, that's another thing we keep hearing. Character development. It has become a term that is associated to pain, that is associated to bad things. But is that what character is? So she'll also take us through what character is. Thank you so much, Kathy, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I know you have come from far.
Yeah, I'm from Kakuma.
How's Kakuma?
Very hot, but not like Mombasa. It was a bit dry.
Yeah. Interesting. Please tell us all the hats you wear and even why you are in Kakuma, by the way.
All right. So as you said, my name is Catherine Njore. I am a character coach. Currently, that's the main thing I'm doing, but I trained as a cartographer. I have been one for almost 20 years now. And I'm a mother of 4 boys. Yeah, and I'm a mentor.
And also an author.
Yes, another. There are so many things.
So many things, but then we never go into detail all of them.
Yeah.
Like being a sister, being a friend. Those are also some of the hats that we wear. Cartographer, what's that? I know everyone is wondering, what is a cartographer?
You know, firstly, when I applied to study at Kenya Institute of Survey and Mapping, that is 2004, I was like, they have 4 courses. So they have surveying and mapping, they have cartography, photogrammetry and remote sensing, and they have map printing, photolithography. And the only strange term was cartography. So my brother then was in campus, and I called him and asked him, what is cartography? And he told me, I think I see some people doing that here. I think it's mambo na kuchora maps. And I was like, I loved drawing, so that was the closest to drawing.
Okay.
Back then, the system we had, the 844 and the 8 years out of 700 marks, we had the art lesson.
Yes.
To draw an elephant, a hat. And I was enjoying, I thought it's something I could have built on. So when I had kuchora, I didn't take the map part kwanza. Yeah.
Interesting. I was very bad at drawing. So
no, I loved it, the hill shading and drawing an elephant. Drawing huge things is easier than the small ones. Yeah.
No, even a cat.
But I can't draw you.
No, I'm bad. I know, I'm just bad. And how do you now merge cartography, coaching, and now being an author, a mentor? What is the point of convergence? Where do they all meet?
So back to cartography. When I enrolled now, the question I'm getting now 20 years later is still the same question then. Unasoma nini cartography? You still what? Now become a cartographer. You say, I'm a cartographer, and still people are like, carto what? Yeah, so it was very interesting when I went. You see, we have that background of just the atlas.
Yes.
And the Kafani map in the exam GC.
Yes.
You measure from the coffee factory, I don't know to what bridge, like a string. And it's not haikuvuti.
Kwanza the one that used to get me annoyed is the one, sijui the class and sijui class what and what, sijui find the surface area. Oh my God.
And the atlas also, it's just the physical features, some activities. We do not interact with maps so much. So when you hear maps, it's either you're recalling a classroom map, a wall map, and right now Google Maps are more known now, but back then there was just that. So I was like, I want to see how do they draw these big maps. And out there, when you talk of maps, people know they are maps for their shambas, and they associate that with surveyors.
Yes.
So in fact, even when you work in an office, you barely hear the word cartographer. Nataka map. And when they say map, they want surveyor. Yeah. So it has been challenging. And actually, that's where now, when you talk of authorship, that's where my authorship happened. Because the whole time when I've worked out there, in the ministry, I felt boxed up. Because you're just making a certain kind of map. Like when I was out there in the field office, Kajiado, the main map work is someone, you've sold your land, so we reflect those subdivisions that you've done.
Yeah.
So you're not doing a lot. And to me, because I just love to do so much, it was boring. It was boring. So I made the decision to go back to a learning institution. I went back actually to Kenya Institute of Surveying and Mapping, where I started being an instructor in computer-assisted mapping and topography, cadastral cartography. So that was a bit interesting. But then the same culture is still there. The map work with us Kenyans, that culture is still there. So I felt, what more can I do to make people understand maps and embrace them and appreciate them? Because maps are so powerful. I decided to start researching on that. And where is the best place to research? So I took a job at the university. That's what I actually ended up going to Nyeri. I went to Dedan Kimathi. And the same attitude was there with the students. They're like, this you need to chore, and they didn't love the drawing with the...
If you're actually not good at it, you don't like it.
So they're like, they want to finish and move on. There's what we call GIS, which is now more popular.
Okay.
Mostly it's for data analysis. So, but the end product is always a map. In fact, sometimes now we are also getting forgotten again because of GIS. So people think GIS is everything and leaving cartography out. But cartography plays its role because it's a map making bit. So I could see they don't have that interest at that point. And I was like, I actually sat down, started doing my research. And I noticed in Europe, Asia, they interact with map work from a tender age. In fact, like Bulgaria specifically, they have a map, an atlas for every age, from age 3, 4, 5 to 15.
Wow.
And for the younger people, it's more colorful. And then it gets serious to the atlases now we are used to. So I started going to a school near where I live. One of my sons was in that class. They were in PP1. PP1 is the second year after starting school. And I started talking to them. I explained what is a map. In a simple way, I actually have, I would say, a gift of making complex issues sound simple.
Nice.
So the first activity we did after I defined what a map is, we drew their classroom. And you should see the first drawings, the rectangles were all zigzaggy. And they grew pole pole. I engaged my sons in the house to draw, and I would see the older one was drawing. If I told him to draw from home to school, he would draw in rectangles, but his brother would draw a house that it looks like a house. When I told him to draw the school, and he drew all the buildings in the compound, the school compound. And it was interesting to see. I have not guided them, but they're drawing different things.
Interesting.
And I became more and more keen. So I started reading old papers on that. And I happened to go and present to the conference 2019 in Tokyo, Japan.
Nice.
Yeah. So the conference is under International Cartographic Association. So they have a conference after every 2 years. Like this, it was in Vancouver.
Okay.
It was just concluded last month.
Okay.
And that is when it dawned on me, cartography is something. It's not just like a simple thing, and it is here to stay. And it should be known by all professions.
Yes.
So that's why I'm so keen on children cartography, so that children interact with maps at a tender age. They appreciate their work and they grow up with them. Like there's this person called the grandfather of GIS, Dr. John Snow. What he did, people are coming with cholera. And he was curious, what is the cause or the source of the disease? And so he took a map. You see, I said Europe, Asia, they use maps a lot.
Yes.
So he was mapping every patient. Umetoka happy. And he noticed they were using a common water source. Yeah. So the map helped him. So they went to that well and they So the problem was the water. It was contaminated.
So our limitation is now the use of maps.
Exactly.
We only think maps ni ujue shamba yako iko wapi.
Exactly.
Ama ujue shule iko
exams.
wapi. Yes, ama shule. We do it for school actually. I don't remember a single thing about maps that I did in school.
Yeah.
You do it for the teacher.
Do you know, I usually tell someone, whatever your profession is, niambie nikwambie how maps can be a part of your work. Like
So for me as an author
yeah,
and now a host of a podcast,
yeah.
how do I use maps?
How can you use maps? Because you are not using, so
Yes,
how
I'm
can
not
you use
author.
maps?
Yeah.
Like you can
I
decide
use
to
maps?
map how you're distributing your book. Where are you reaching people? So if you put that data on the map, if you how do you sell? If you know how you've been selling and the places these clients have come from, you'll now start asking questions like, why am I not able to reach a certain part of Kenya? And you'll notice maybe my books, the stores they're in, or the events I go and distribute at. The spaces I do my selling are mostly in a certain area. So you will realize now I need to do my outreaching. These are the areas. Yeah.
Okay.
That baker, I told him, he can also do the same, map his clients, and then he'll notice, why is it that I'm not reaching out to this section of the market? Does it mean I need to open another store there? There's so much. I can talk the whole day about maps and how they can bring solutions and make work like.
I love that. I love that. So now you now try to make sure that especially kids in school can understand maps better and interact with maps better than we do once you're out of school.
Yeah. So what I did, I did a series here.
Okay.
Which actually has been featured by British Cartographic Society. So the first book in the series is this. Mappy Maria learns about maps.
Okay.
So what I did, it's a story and then there's a map which you will do activities with it. Okay? So there's that, the map. So in this series, each of these books have the map.
Okay.
Now, what I did, the same content actually I've been handling with the college students and the university students on the basics we need of a map are what I have captured there.
And now for kids.
And now it's for kids.
Interesting.
Now, the most interesting thing I would say, an achievement with this work, the first map is a real place. But the other ones are just fictional. But the maps will join and become one big map, or 4 maps. Now, what happened, these babies, when they were in class PP2, they were then, I think, 4 years old.
Okay.
I visited them when they were in grade 4. They're now in grade 6. And one of the learners looked at the map as we were asking questions and doing some activities, and she was like, "Teacher, this is our school. This is the stadium in a small town."
Interesting.
And at that moment, I literally sat down. And ushisikia umeachieve kitu, you're not getting a coffee or anything. But the fact that it reached a point she could interpret, she could see this a place, she knows it was amazing.
Without even being nudged.
Yeah. And I didn't respond to say yes or no. And she says, "No, this is our school." And that was like that was a milestone for me. That was a milestone for me. By then I was working on the 3rd book in the series. So I was even more convinced, let me continue.
Yeah.
And you see, that is one school.
Yeah.
I use it because it's the school I've journeyed with. But now with time, most of the learners have transferred to other institutes. So I don't have all of them, but I'm in touch with the parents.
Okay. So how you do that in that school only, or now you're branching out?
I have been to many schools. I have really had to go out of the way. It has cost me, but it was important because I also wanted the teachers to interact with the materials. There's one that is very interesting. Let me just show you. The 47 counties of Kenya. So with this new system, the CBE, my son came home and he was like, "Mom, you draw a map, so is the map of our sub-county." You know what happens with sub-counties? For around 31, the constituencies are also the sub-counties, including Nairobi. Yeah, county 047.
Yeah.
we decided to be calling them. I don't know if it's because of news, the way they use the way they were numbered. So 01 is Mombasa, 019 Nyeri, like that. So he was like, you draw maps. What is the sub-county map for? Where we stay, which is Kenny West. And that's when I sat and realized around 31, the sub-counties are the constituencies. And for around 11, the constituencies are still the sub-counties, but they change the name.
Interesting.
Then
that is getting over my head for some reason, because I can't figure what you're saying. I can't picture what you're saying.
I hope one listener is getting what I'm saying. So for around 7, the constituencies become 2 sub-counties. So specifically Kenny constituency becomes Kenny West and Kenny East sub-county. So meshika kidogo.
Yes.
But then I could not draw the sub-county map. They're made up of words, but you see some maps for you to even use or you display them somewhere. You have to get them from Survey of Kenya, which is the national mapping agency.
Yes.
Yeah. So the best I could do is show where each county appears on them. Let me use Turkana. I was there the other day. So you see, I show where
it is in
Kenya. And then I show its neighbors. Like it's neighbored by Sudan and Ethiopia to the north.
Yes.
Uganda to the east or west?
East.
This is west.
That's west.
Yeah. Okay. Usually the compass. Let me teach you one small thing today. North and south, you'll remember.
Yes, I do.
Your right hand, you're looking at it like this. So your right hand is east.
This one.
Yeah. Never eat sukuma wiki. Then you remember.
Eat sukuma wiki.
Never eat sukuma wiki.
So the left is west.
Yeah.
Right is east.
Look at the compass. It will be easier. I don't want everything to get over your head. Never eat sukuma wiki.
Never eat sukuma wiki. No, that I won't
You won't forget.
So never eat sukuma wiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
So the only block I have right now is I've not yet done the KICD assessment because it's also costly.
Yeah.
This is actually
that's what I wanted to ask. Is it in schools?
Yeah. No. Every school I've gone to, they love the books, they love the work, and they're very interactive material, especially now the curriculum we have.
Yes.
But for a book to be used in a school or adopted, it has to be KICD approved.
Yes.
So what you do, you pay for the assessment.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a bit costly.
Okay.
I've not managed to do that. Even this book project cost me around 1.6 million.
My God.
I actually took a loan, and I'm happy to be here to tell people sometimes that dream you have, you have to be that bold.
Yeah.
Because taking a loan, you don't even when you pay.
Yeah. So the moment you did it, you were already out of
a
work.
bank. This is not meant for my bank.
It's only for the other entrepreneurs. Every guest who has been here has said you have to take that extra risk.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking because you're already working for the university, you were working as you were doing this. So you were not working when you're doing this.
When I started, I was still employed.
Okay.
That's why even I was able to take the loan against my pay slip. That's the other beauty of pay slips.
Yes.
If you have that extra thing, side hustle you want to do, you'll always be able to take the loan. Because I did that even when I got employed.
Okay.
I taken a loan and put a car in Kahaya and was getting some good money.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to be that. But not everyone is that a risk taker. Yeah.
I'm risk averse, especially when it comes to loans. I feel like I've never understood the concept of loans very well, other than loan. You take loan if you don't have a pay slip. I've never had a pay slip. If you don't have a pay slip, then inakuwa ngumu kidogo. What will I take the loan against? Who will even give me that loan?
Yeah,
if we are going to start,
it's usually hard.
start from there.
So, like my case, I assessed. I had to look at how much it will cost me, the illustrations, the publishing, everything, and it was coming to around almost 200K or more a book, and definitely. You see, now I'm talking of cartography.
Yes.
If I had started explaining to someone, I would need money, or I look for someone to give me money to work on the books, explaining that vision was not going to be very easy without it being done.
Yes.
So I had to do that bit of finishing.
Yeah.
You see, I'm telling you, British Cartography Society has featured them.
Yes.
Because I had the books, I showed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something to show.
There's something to show. So I had to do that bit.
It's either you have a product that you can show or a service. That is what people pay for.
Exactly.
They rarely pay for ideas.
They can't pay for
in your head.
And especially because people don't understand.
And there's no proof that it will work, if anything. Now, how do you move from that now to becoming a coach?
Now I'll again go back again. There was a time when I love reading. I love reading, and sometimes you read and find that the author is also a speaker online, so you go looking for his work. And then I came across TED Talks, and I love the way you see people talking. They're confident and all. I'm like, I would want to do that, give talks. All this time I'm a mentor. I have always mentored students and youth. I had a CBO registered because when I am a parent at a school, I volunteer my time so much. If I'm not doing the map work, I'm talking to some learners. So there I always have, how do I put it? We ni nani? Mi ni mzazi kwa hii shule. Now, a parent here will go and tell another parent in a different school, sukuje shule yetu. So ulipwi.
Yes.
You're just giving back to the community. So I was like, so nikienda shule ingine nasema mi ni nani?
Yeah.
And
what do you associate yourself with?
Who are you? So I registered a CBO.
Okay.
Because I'm still working. I mean, it's not like I'm looking for money. So I registered a CBO to have an identity. I called it Think CBO. And under it we had Think Was Book Club and Think Youth.
Okay.
So the Think Youth, I would first mentor the students at the university, and then I go with them if I'm going to a school.
Oh, okay.
Now they do the talking to the classmates. And they also feel they get meaning.
They're making an impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, it gives you that sense of being responsible.
Yes.
Because you can't go telling someone to do something you're not doing work hard.
Yes.
So it was a Karipo effect.
Okay.
But it reached a point we were not renewed because the guys Ukoko sub-county didn't understand what exactly we do. He was like, the structure should be, I am known by self-help groups in the community, but I was like, we are known by schools because we visit schools.
That is our focus area.
Yes, so he said it's not aligning, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't renew our registration. I'm still doing talks even kwa church. And then after that, 2019 during lockdown, you remember the teen pregnancies and all that?
Yes,
we came together as some friends. We formed an NGO, Linda Vijana, where we share scientific and biblical truths, but we mostly just do talks monthly, like Juice, we had a talk. Every first Friday of the month, we have a talk. So we started doing that. But then I have resigned from the university because of this moving to give some talks here and there. Because I feel
the risk you're talking about.
I feel koleni. I don't know.
This is where
not even impact. Naskia kuiganira. Contentment.
Yes.
I feel nice when I'm doing those things, creating that impact, giving back.
Yeah.
And because they're calling me back, I must be doing something right. Like this, a church was like, I'm not available, I'll send someone. No, apana tutagoji upatikane. So,
this is on maps or this is on different things?
No, this is now on life issues.
On life issues, okay.
But I am a very strong advocate for integrity.
Okay.
Integrity. So students, I'm asking them what is corruption. They're like politicians and all that. And I'm like, what of you in your copying exams? These people who baptize milk for us. When you're home maziwa, you only need to add tea bags. So I usually used to give talks. Yeah, on
my Lord. You don't even add water. You're not adding tea leaves only.
You notice this maziwa is dilute already, So I
and because you're in Njore, you're expecting better milk.
I actually started in Nairobi before to Njore. That thing used to irk me because I'm like, I bought a liter. Even ukiwa when they used to put kwa juala, you can tell this thing is already diluted. And it's like, apana. Once niliambiwa ni ng'ombe ilikunywa maji mingi. I was like, really?
So you
were
corrupted a liar.
Ati ng'ombe ilikunywa maji more. I'm like, surely.
Yeah.
So I noted I give good talks and I was mostly on manners because it's my choice. I started in the house with my sons. Actually, ndio hata nianze CBO, it's my choice. I'm telling them, this is what you're supposed to do, nini. You're really working hard. But wakitoka tu kwa plot, ulituambia tuache kusema guy na nani anasema guy, you know? And you're like, I can't make a big change to my children's life if I don't change the environment, the society they're growing up in.
Very
It's like
true.
I'm doing nothing.
Very true.
Yeah. So that's when the CBO happened.
Okay.
Then I was like, observing how youths are with their parents, umezeeka, uelewi mambo. I told the think youth, you know, you're going to be popular to my sons later. Right now, I am popular to you because I look young and all that.
Yes.
But later, you're the ones to influence. So what is that they will be copying from you?
Yeah.
And even how you carry yourself and all that. So I knew you have to work to change the society. Now we are building closely to character coaching. So this time I've gone to talk to a group at UN. And after the talk, the lecturer was impressed. He was like, I don't know how to come down to their level when you're discussing some issues. And I remember even once at the university, these are first time when first years come, I gave them a talk and they were like, thank you for not judging us, not talking to us. Yeah, you're not talking to us. How do I put it? They didn't feel like I'm talking down.
Talking down.
Thank you for not talking down.
You're not looking superior, feeling superior there, and all of us are.
They didn't feel judged and all that. So this lecturer calls me and he tells me there's a training, a first time in Kenya, character coaching. And I feel you fit perfectly in that. Because he had interacted with either something in my website, I have a website, or seeing how we are communicating in WhatsApp group. And it was like, this one you suit.
Nice.
So I went. It was 2 days to deadline of registering. I registered and I went. And you know those moments you hear something and you're like, oh, kumbe that's that. Oh my goodness. It was like, you know the way God answers things funny.
Yeah.
Because I found most of the things we are being trained there are things I've been telling people, but I didn't know what they were.
They were not in a structured way.
Yes. Now they're getting structure. And I'm like, coach. You know, I've always found that thing coach funny. Like life coach, I asked to date, what exactly do you do? At least football coach, I understand. Tennis coach. But life coach, career coach. Yeah. And people make fun online like, we have coaches, tunapata mpaka coach or breathing and sleeping coach. We have so many coach and
every area of your life there's a coach.
Yeah, people rubbish the coach thing. I was like, do you want to become a coach? But then you see the content and like, okay.
You see people have this idea where mentor, you feel like lazima akuwe at a certain point ndio akuwe mentor wako.
Yeah.
So kama anakani kama ako chini yako, that doesn't work for you. But coach, it doesn't matter where I'm at, class level. I can interact with anyone who's above where I am or below where I am. And it's like the alternative to now therapy. Because I don't want to go to therapy. Therapy doesn't make sense to me, but coach does. I think it's all, we are in sort of one umbrella. Niwe tu tujajieka kwa hiyo umbrella wote.
Someone close to me says therapy, psychology, all those things were designed. They tell us we have a problem so that they treat us. They just want to make money out of us, you know?
But that is the person who can go for a coach. You find. They find that the coach is better. Ni mtoto wa kushika mkono. You just want someone to hold you and walk with you. And they understand, they have time, because that is their work, to do more research on an area in your life. Because there's a girl I saw alisema, when I started working with a wealth manager, or is it wealth coach, I became better than all the courses I had gone to that were financial courses.
I think also that openness.
Yeah.
You feel there's something you can do very well. We love doing everything for ourselves.
Yes.
Like myself, I had to pay at some point for someone to post for me because I couldn't get myself to do it. Even after attending a course, it was called Women in Digital Business. And the assignment was like before the end of the training, you have to have those social media handles. And it was so overwhelming for me. I've always loved the website. Because with the website, I don't have to go posting daily.
Yes.
Just Google Catherine Njore and then you'll find the website.
It's
you start reading about me,
there.
the blog. It is always there. But now with posting consistent.
People want
daily,
every fresh
day.
things every day.
And for some of us, it's hard. That consistent. You're a parent. You're traveling.
This is last on your list.
sometimes I go for a week. If I'm in the house, I'm not moving, then I'll post. And then at times also, what am I posting?
There's nothing to
You
post.
don't have what to post. So it's also a challenge. So after this training, the first, character development, you mentioned that.
Yes. Now, what is character? Because the character we have been told, we really can't. I can't explain what character is.
Most of the time when you say character development ni umenyoroshwa.
Umenyoroshwa na maisha.
Umenyoroshwa, especially boy child.
Nairobi. I'm a relationship, as in there's something that will show you character.
So what is this come character? To Nairobi and then you get robbed on the first day, unabaki umesimama bila anything.
Ama saa hizi tu hata uende urobiwe saa hizi penye the robbing has become like too much.
I read somewhere, when you're walking in Nairobi, don't walk on a straight line. Keep walking zigzag like you're escaping bullets. And you know, that's what I did this morning. Because I was walking from River Road. Actually, I kept crossing the road. Because now, naona ile ndio archives. Then I cross, I'm like, oh my, ini galitos, chup. And then you're checking who is constantly following you. Because no, you don't trust anyone.
Okay. No, we should do better as a county.
It was funny then when someone was saying at Nairobi, you should walk zigzag, don't walk.
But now
I did that this morning, I walked zigzag.
It is not a good feeling.
Because you see, we used to avoid tombo ya kwenda chini. No, it's tombo ya kwenda juu. Like,
wanasema hata uko juu hata Kimathi hata wapi. Like, there's no place you can say in Nairobi it's safe.
Nikienda watu watatu na cross.
God.
Then I cross. Apparently this guy akisema hivyo, he knew what he was talking about.
That's very interesting.
So character is the moral core of a person. Mm-hmm. It is a set of virtuous habits that form the part of that person. Mm. Simply, character is you.
Yes.
We usually say uko na tabia nzuri, tabia mbaya. Mm. Yeah. Now, what is it that we are saying uko na tabia nzuri, tabia mbaya? It's the things you do, habit. Mm-hmm. The things you're doing. So if you're doing the good things, the values, zinakuwa virtues.
Mm-hmm. So when I live my value, let's say I value community. Mm-hmm. So when I'm living that value of community.
And those things you're calling values ndio sasa zenye tuna train on tunaziita character strengths. Like I mentioned integrity.
Uh-huh.
I mentioned integrity.
Yes.
So if you're living integrity, it becomes a virtue in you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Also, a virtue is value in practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh. So it determines how one might use their life skills, and character contributes to individual well-being and social flourishing. Mm-hmm. You see, society has come back, and that's where
Yes.
So when we train as character coaches, I become a coach. I have been trained. I've been given the tools, a manual. I go and now form character clubs. Is it in the school, the church, wherever, the community? Because some communities, they have even the social hall, so you can do it there.
Okay.
So what happens? People become transformed. Then the society will
eventually
be transformed.
Because change takes time.
Yeah.
Now I'm an entrepreneur. Why is this important to me? Why should I even care about my character?
So you remember we have life skills?
Yes.
So how are character strengths different from life skills? So the key difference is character strengths have moral implication. You're always thinking of what I'm doing, how is it affecting the other person? Is it right? Is it wrong? But life skills, you have the ability to achieve or do what you want to do, but there's no moral implication. Mm-hmm. You're not so keen on the end justifies the means.
Uh-huh. Yes. So that is why the other day I had a guest who was reaching out. Someone who wanted to be a guest. And I went and looked at her socials, and things were coming out that were not 100%. And I just told her, I don't think my platform is for you. I don't think I can be able to. I know if she came, it would probably make the podcast well known.
Yeah.
To bring the hype. But then I would tend to lose out on people who trust me to bring them guests that give them value.
Yeah.
And also sort of have decided on their own to follow a moral path. Because it's a choice at this point where we are at.
Yeah.
We all know fire won't come from heaven ikuchome. So it's you deciding, I want to be a person of good morals, a person of integrity. So I would rather associate myself with these people. And because there are many, we might think because we give more time to drama, to craziness that is out there, and we think that's all there is. But there are good people doing everyday good. And that's the people I wanted to highlight on this podcast. Those are the stories I want to bring. So now, that is value or character? This person is, the people I'm bringing are of good character. I want them to be of good character.
Yes, they're people
good
of good
standing
character
in the community.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even for you to become a character coach, you have to be a person of good standing.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have to be the first example. You cannot give what you don't have.
Yes.
Yeah. The paper today, the Sunday Nation, there's a story on integrity actually.
Okay.
There's someone talking. I didn't read the whole of it, but it was on integrity. And I love seeing that people are trying it out there and they're in business. And there's part amesema, people think you can't make it in business if you're not corrupt. And he says he's there to say that it is possible. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you learning as an entrepreneur that you can do good and still win is very important. And I really hope that the listener, every time you get to hear of a podcast here, you're not thinking that you can't make if you are a good person, if you choose the good from the bad. There's nothing that is stopping you from deciding today the business you want to do is to con people.
Yeah.
You can just decide that's what you want. You're scamming people, you're a scammer. People just make money from that. But is money all there is for you?
No.
Is that what you have chosen for you?
No.
So there are ways to make that quick money. There are many businesses that you can give services and products to that can give you quick money. But how will you sleep at night? How will you even present yourself? Those are the things that I think have kept me from many things.
like when you talk of integrity, it comes from the Latin word integritas, meaning wholeness. There's no duplicity. Who you are here is who you are when you're not here.
Yes, when there are no cameras.
Yes, when you're in your room closed up there.
When no one is in your room at night, what is in your thoughts?
Anytime you're in private, what you're doing there is the same thing you're doing out here. There's no duplicity in you, you're one person.
Yes.
And even it gives you peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to lie or to do funny things to stick to whatever it is the lie you're telling. Yeah.
It's like we forgot. And I think that's why it was very important for you to come here. Probably you can share with us one moment you had where your character was tested, being that you are coming from the ministry.
Oh my.
And you've had a long career, 20 years doing this. You probably have seen some loopholes here and there that you could have taken advantage of. But do you have that moment where even now when you became an entrepreneur, where your character was really tested, but you decided to be of good standing?
So, in the ministry, when I worked in World Field Office, it's actually even the clients who are coming, these brokers are the ones who are willing to give you money. They're even asking you, how much will you... Like, for example, there's these, the main duty I was doing is amending. So there's what we call a mutation form, where you have subdivided your land to 3 pieces. It comes to our office, and then I have to transfer that subdivision into the main map, what you call registry index map.
Okay.
So a broker will come and he's already telling you, I want you to do this. How much? I'm like, it's not supposed to be charged. And when an ordinary Kenyan who has suffered the bribing will come, and then I'll tell him or her, you see, these are RM fee written on that form. It's that money for what I'm doing. Myself, I get paid that month. And I remember I was even told money is made in the chaos. So in fact, that's the problem we have, that we are the ones who go proposing it.
Yes.
And that's what we usually say, even if the systems are there, they are working, we have a good judiciary, we have a good police system, education system, all those things. We are still the guys who go bribing.
Yes.
Because we want things fast. I don't know how long it will take, but with the Gen Zs, maybe that culture can start changing.
I think it can start changing.
Yeah.
I find it very difficult kuhonga. I didn't even know when a person says chai, they mean bribe. I used to
There are
think
so many words.
I know chai is bribe,
There's
but when a
chai.
person tells me, I'm thinking maybe especially kama
Coffee,
ni soja, maybe you are saying you're hungry. For me, that's how I used to interpret.
It's a macho.
So nawambia I don't have pesa saizi. Asema tu I have 1,000, I don't have loose change. Ati will go even look for change. So it didn't occur to me that actually
That's the thing. There's so many names. This facilitation, motivation, macho.
I don't know how to do bribes. It's very difficult.
There's so many euphemisms.
And you know, if
slang
you're not direct with me, I don't know. I don't know you're asking for a bribe. So I don't also know how to bribe.
Yeah.
And then I get my things don't work as fast as I would want them to.
I know.
I also don't know, like, these are code words. So you'll be there thinking style kukupea
And they think
kitu.
anajifanya.
But mimi sijui hiyo. I don't know. Do we still have a space where you can just not bribe in this country?
Yes, spaces are there. But most of the time I also seen you initiate them. There are spaces where you hauna otherwise.
You're between
like to say when it's an emergency and then someone is really making it difficult for you may end up giving, but I've not found myself in that space. The one time it cost me dearly is this time almost during when lockdown was about to happen during COVID, and I had this children cartography job outside the country, somewhere to Africa, and I was getting the new passport.
Oh.
Yeah. So I usually avoid looking for government documents with an emergency because they will see you're in a hurry and they'll take advantage of that. So it delayed. They never updated on the system that it is out, and I got it almost at the end of the year.
Now in that
So that time
office-
passed, so I lost on a job. I could have been paid over 100,000 shillings.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was around 300 actually. But I still could not get myself to bribe for it to come.
Oh God.
Yeah. You see, where do you draw the line? That's what I usually ask.
Yes. You have to stand for something.
Where do you draw the line? Like Juicy, actually they're in Kakuma, then I'm giving an example because they were mostly trainers. If you're transferred, okay, they're already in a hardship area. So someone in a green area, Nairobi is also hardship, I think.
Now.
Asking someone, you're in TSU umetumwa road Lodo ama Marsabit, Adra area, will you go? Because the option to bribe is there, you'll bribe and stay in your current station, you know? When you give examples close to home is when you see
You
how hard.
realize actually.
And then I love character coaching. Why? When you're doing the character strengths, they're measurable. They usually exercises and questions that can help you measure.
How do we now come to these character strengths? How do I know what are my character strengths? Are they different per person?
So when we talk of character coaching, I take you through the character strengths. You see these character strengths like integrity, gratitude, self-regulation, passion, workflow. You take someone through what it is exactly and how they can practice it. So in fact, if I'm doing a coaching for you only, I'll always give you some few weeks to work on it. Start applying it in your daily engagements. Remember, it's in your work or even at home, wherever you are, because you're one whole person. And then at the end of the day, after a day, another, because you want it to become a habit. So you have to keep repeating. Yes.
Do we have... Each person has their own strength, or there are those...
There's what you call values in action. There's a test I'll share a link with you, where you see which strengths you score highly on.
And then you build on that. Okay.
Whichever you want to work on. So like integrity is the foundation. For me, the foundation. Then you have self-regulation, which is very good for anyone who is working. Especially most entrepreneurs, you're getting your money daily. It's not going to the bank. You know, the most disciplined money is salary because it will come mara moja and then unaigawa with your bills and your savings, whatever you're doing.
Yes.
But for us, you've sold a book.
Yes.
Unaenda kununua nyama immediately. You don't even leave the money
Why are you
to
shouting?
I am here with books as well.
I shouting. Because on the day the Safaricom took my till, that's when things went haywire. Because now I get paid to my phone.
Yeah. So you see, you need a lot of discipline, and that's a character strength called self-regulation.
When you say self-regulation, I was thinking emotions. I was not even thinking of...
It's self-discipline. Like that one is something I am really capitalizing on teaching. Why? It also again affects the whole of you. Baby, I am teaching through, you see, this one book I didn't show you. This one, My Stand Mom. My stand mom is a small boy. You see, everything started when I'm trying to do something for my sons in the house. My stand mom is a small boy telling us about his mom. She may be stand, but she's the best. What the moms tell him to do and not do. Eat healthy, sugary stuffs your sana. Then you see a page there. Don't overuse technology. We need technology, but don't overuse, also read.
Okay.
So when it came to the point
I think we bought this for Maya.
And she liked it.
I think I only read it once. I don't even know where it is in that house. I'll go look for it again.
So when I registered the company, I was asked which name do I want to call it. I called it My Stand Mom. So my coaching company is called My Stand Mom. You know, people hear why Stan. They're like, Stan, I don't know, too harsh. But it's not. It's because umemwambia take this glass, ondoe kikombe hapa. You know, kuna mtoto ataiondoa. But then when you're kimwambia, no, I need this cup to move. You're always about the well-being of your child. So you'll have to have some strictness, but it does not also mean you don't love them. Or
you're not there for them. You are.
So with self-regulation, what we've done, we are struggling with our phones. Doom scrolling. You'll be on TikTok for 2-3 hours and nothing important. You're not adding value to yourself. You see dopamine. There's Simon Sinek who I saw talking about this thing even before I knew about character coaching, especially the phone, the distraction of the phone. And you keep needing more and more. So if you've been doing half an hour, it will become 2, 3, 4 hours.
Very easily.
Time you could have read something that would have built you in some way. It's wasted there. You've not done the dish. You've not done anything. You waste so much time. And I see people doing that even in their businesses, where someone will not even be online posting about their work, but looking at other people's stuff. So under self-regulation, we started something called Be Offline. It can be for half a day, a whole day, or it can even be you go for camping.
Interesting. Okay.
You just stay off the phone because it's actually this is the addiction no one is talking about. And actually, we think you that remember 2019 I was telling them at some point we'll need rehabilitations for phones. And here we are. Here we are.
Here. It's not in the future. It's here with us.
The future is now. Because then these phones are really affecting us, even relationships. Even we meet, like you and me, we meet. At least we've done better the times we met.
We have tried.
Because we don't look at our phones. But I think you're too loud.
Happy to hear. No, that's my character. Is loud a character strength? It's my character. If I was not loud, you'd not have this podcast.
There's actually the character strength called humor. And humor actually is very good. Humor for resilience.
So I have even humor.
You see, humor is kucheka yetu. Hey, but you're loud.
Guys, did you hear? No, I'm loud. I know I'm loud. I've actually toned down over the years. You can't believe. There are people who see me now and they say, hey, Lucy ulinyamazanga lini?
What happened?
So I can imagine.
Humor for resilience. You see, the Kenyans, so many things are happening that are not. People are sleeping angry and all that. But go to X. Go to comments online and
go to TikTok.
We laugh at the most weird things. In fact, my Tanzanian and Ugandan friends tell me, hey, you Kenyans are cut from a different cloth. Because the things we laugh at, we should be crying, but we're laughing, you know?
True.
And it's just amazing.
Is it part of the resilience?
Humor for resilience. When you're laughing over something that is too serious,
you're
somehow managing. You're somehow managing to go through it.
I think that's how I've lived life.
There are many. There's social emotional intelligence. When you're aware of the feelings, the emotion that you're going through. For example, you are coming for this podcast or you're presenting somewhere and then you've just been told as you're walking in, someone close to you has passed on and you can't cancel. So you still come here, you still smile, but you have another emotion going on in you. You're sad. Like me personally, right now, as I was telling you, I'm being treated for acute post-traumatic stress disorder for something that happened. The main thing, my main symptom is crying. I'll just break down. Like if not, I start delving on that issue, I'll just break down here, on air. So you're able to, yet I'm here smiling and talking about other things. So that's social emotional intelligence. So many things.
Okay.
Harmonious passion, obsessive passion is where you're able to work-life balance. All these things you're taught. And you see some things in a different light. You have this thing also of you're working in a job you don't love, but you need the pay. So you don't have that state of flow. Sometimes you can be having you have high skills and whatever is being demanded of you as the challenge is low. So you're always bored.
What is flow state for a person who's never had?
So for flow, that's what I'm saying. Your skills and the task. If your skills and the task are matching, you're in a state of flow. But when your skills are high, the task is not demanding much of it, you feel bored and underused. And then if the task is high and your skill for it is low, you're always anxious. So you're not experiencing flow.
Like for me, when I'm here, when I'm having an episode and I'm shooting an episode, when I'm giving a talk, when I'm writing, I find like there's that oneness.
Yeah.
Like I don't think of anything else in that particular moment. When I'm here, it's just you. I don't care what I will get after here or what is coming. Like you are the most important thing in the world. And that just gives me so much joy. And so that is the flow state.
You feel you're the most important thing.
I feel my guest in this conversation is the most important. It's central to the world that I'm in.
You have to me I'm the most important thing in the world. You have a tissue.
So is that flow?
Need someone to tell me that often. I'm the most important thing in the world. But I had to start with myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Affirmations.
Yeah. So that's the state of flow.
Yeah.
So if I'm an entrepreneur, at what point do I know I need character coaching? Is it before I begin, or is it in the middle, or it's at any time? What are those things that I should look for?
You see, like right now, someone has heard of character coaching are here and they're halfway in their business. So the time you get to know about it, and we need it at all levels, This is something that everybody needs. Even the president. Everyone
especially those who are in power.
Actually, it's
because
everyone.
I find we get into leadership for those who are leaders without many tools. I used to Google when I was called, the first time someone called me a young leader, because I started the NGO field when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, young leader. I went and Googled, what is this leadership? What now is expected of me? Do I now have to be different? What are these? And we don't even go through leadership as a course.
And I read your book. Even when you're becoming Miss D.
Yes, Miss Dance.
You have to check what beauty pageant.
Even when I was in school, when I was appointed class prefect, and then at some point I was told I'm the head girl, and I went and told the teacher, you're not serious. Me, I don't talk first of all. I don't do anything that shows I want leadership near me. Why would you choose me for this? And then I was in Form 3. They are Form 4s. They are so rowdy and big. And why would you think I need to be there? And it took time. I don't think I even actually ever enjoyed that role.
Yeah.
For me, it was so excruciatingly painful. It was painful
service.
Going and speaking to these people and they're just there laughing because your voice is small. So I'm loud that I'm wondering, what loud?
No, you change your voice. Like, no, talking nicely.
Oh, yes. It depends with
not
the
like
setting.
earlier.
It depends on the setting.
You adjust.
Towards the setting.
Actually, with character, it's treated like some have a genetic disposition to being good. Some it is not so. But the beauty of coaching in character is that it is learned. You can learn. You can change from bad habits to good habits.
Do you have such examples for the
yes.
coaches?
Like Mimi, I don't subscribe to, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks, because I have seen people over 50 transforming through coaching. Yeah. But of course it's just like rehab. You have to that willingness has to come from you. It is not that you've been forced to do it.
You have to want it.
You have to want it.
Okay.
You can learn. You can learn. That's the beauty.
I love that. You can learn to be what you're not. If you feel there are areas in your life that, and we always
this
know.
thing of atimi nakuanga hivyo.
We always know when something is not working.
Yeah.
Just that we probably don't know where to go when that happens. And that's why we have so many people on TikTok taking advantage of this and saying things that they think you need to hear and not necessarily helping you.
You can learn. And that's, oh my goodness, that's the beauty. Because even me, the one thing I had to learn on self-regulation is that I'm a poor listener. I was a very poor listener. So sometimes I'll talk. And you see, you're like me, we can talk. And even if I keep talking, you still talk. But if you're talking to someone who is quiet, they feel, unamu-overwhelm, so yananyamaza. Actually, it's a friend who told me, hey, Catherine, you talk too much. Ebu nisikize kwanza. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I listen. Kumbe don't listen. Kumbe ni kwa class joto na nyamaza jino unafunza, but when you're doing one-on-one,
it's too much.
So you keep learning. Even me, I'm a work in progress. We are all work in progress.
Yes.
So in the character strengths, you look at which one you feel you're lacking in. Like me, anything to do with teamwork is usually a challenge for me, because I like doing, I'm a perfectionist at times.
Okay.
So you've ever gone somewhere kitambaa ijakaa vizuri and you feel you want to go and adjust. You want things to stay zimetoshana vizuri. So I like doing stuff myself.
I saw you in my table trying to make the books look, and nataka
So teamwork for me is hard, but I always have to work.
Yeah.
I have to work towards that.
Yeah.
So it's helping you become a better you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And it's for everyone. Now, when we mention leaders, these guys, even our leaders, political, they're intelligent. Yeah. They have the knowledge.
Yeah.
They have the information that they need. It's not like they don't know what the Constitution says, everything.
And they can get people to even help them if that's what they need.
But what they mostly lack, when you do a Venn diagram, that in a kasako is the C, the character. They have all that info, siati hawajui, everything that they should. Like now, for example, Juzi, we're having this public participation on the annual development plan for 2026-2027.
Yeah.
So they did the ad on 14th of August, and they said, we'll find the document uploaded in the county website. So I kept checking, it was not there until 5 days to the day of the public participation. And these 5 days, it was uploaded on the 21st. Public participation is the 26th. And 2 days in weekend. So it's not like mutenda meet mahali in your village, mui download your some.
Yeah.
What is that? They have the information they need if we delay this thing out and all that. But what always lacks with these guys is character. Yeah. That's why someone will be comfortable eating pesaya, kufanya development, because he's not feeling that thing of it is going to affect all the people who are supposed to use these facilities, whether the roads, the hospitals, and all that, the schools.
And I think as a young entrepreneur, when you're sitting down and trying to figure life out and your place in all of it and the things you're seeing that are happening around you, you probably get to a point where you're very confused about how things work. But I found leaning towards someone who does the right thing usually helps. So just because something is being shouted enough or is being done by many people does not make it right.
We normally say if you can't beat them, join them.
No, I don't think that should be.
That's what we say. If you can't beat them, join them.
That should not be the case.
People don't stand out.
That should not be the case. That's why I think we call it a moral compass. Somehow we all have that compass inside of us.
Yeah.
And if it's shouting, this is not right, chances are high that it's not right. But I love Gen Z, and I don't think this is the group where we'll have most issues when it comes to doing good. They don't need to get paid. They don't need to get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
They are willing and ready to do what is right. I tell you, for them, it's not even what is moral, it's what is right. How do you treat human beings, fellow human beings? What is important in being a human being and how you interact with others? And if you're there where you're at a crossroads and wondering, kwa nini nang'ang'ana na pesa tunaona zinaenda kwa these corrupt people? For me, someone reached out the other day. They reached out in a way that made it seem like if I have to lazima wanipate, wananitafuta lazima wanipate. So I was like, okay, mwenye umeitisha namba apewe tu ni sawa. And then they call me and they tell me, we want to give you this role. And I'm like, are you able to do it? I was like, okay, I can do it. I have no problem now with leadership like I did when I was younger. So I was like, okay, let me talk to a few people. I'll get back to you. So I'm there thinking, hey, after we've started celebrating in the house, hii role ikikuja hata sijui sasa mtasema nini, sijui mtanipata wapi. They called back and asked for money. And it was a big chunk of money. The moment tu nilisikia hivyo, I knew this is gone. I can't do it. If anything, I don't even know if I can believe you. I don't know you. You're asking for money.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking as a young person, you might think, maybe watu ulipa. Maybe this is what people do. Maybe watu ulipa. And they kept calling back and calling back. But just because most people are doing it, doesn't mean that you also need to do it.
And then you can decide maybe for this one, let me
Ni moja
so
tu.
that's when I usually ask, where do you draw the line? So when do you choose to be a person of integrity, and then when do you
And now
choose
I'm
to
feeling
not?
guilty because the role they said that would come has come. And I don't think if they were honest, they were going to give it, I'll be given. So there's that feeling of, did I let an opportunity go that would have
maybe it
been
was a
very
test.
good?
I don't know.
Could be a test also.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think it's also very important for you to just decide ni wapi wewe uko.
Yeah.
As a where is your line venye umesema? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah. Where do you draw the line? When do you stop doing good to do bad? And then you start justifying. Like I remember that time when I'm waiting for the photograph for the passport. There's a lady who just came na tumepanga. So you know munapanga na time, the times you selected.
Yeah.
And immediately she comes na anaingia kama ameuliza, nitafanya aje ndio itoke haraka. I've also seen someone begging a policeman to take a bribe. So sometimes it's us on the problem.
Yeah.
We facilitate this system.
Yeah.
And that's why it's that strong. But at some point, maybe we'll stop. And when kila mtu akiacha, maybe things will become better.
If how do I now use, if I get to know I'm of good standing, how do I use this to brand myself and to market myself and the services or the products that I use or give? How do I use this now to my advantage?
Remember, in business, you're told people first buy you, then they buy from you. You've given a good example of that lady that checked her socials and you're like, I don't think I want to associate my brand with you. So ready. So it's supposed to be you. You work on yourself first. So that the person you are, the image you're portraying, the perception people have of you, is it supporting your business or is it a disadvantage to your business? Like me personally, I also, I am at a point, there's some products I can't buy because of the person who is put there on the
In
ad.
Gen Z, I like that.
Yeah. And I have modeled even for ads. And one thing I noticed for myself, when the person is a stranger, you don't know them, you don't know who they are about, you're more comfortable with that product. But unfortunately, sometimes when some influencers are supporting a certain product and you do not feel like you align with what they are about, you're repelled to that product and you go to plan B. Yeah. It works either to an advantage or a disadvantage, the character of that person. Yeah.
We're not at that time where this did not matter. We are pointing
Everything
time.
matters. I want to know what you stand for. I mean, we met 2 years ago. We started the podcast around the same time after we met that first time.
No,
And
actually, it's this year.
This year.
Yeah,
That
the
was
podcast was
it
this
was
year.
2 years ago, so the
Yeah.
podcast, but we've been together online on
Yeah.
some space.
Yeah.
But he's the time I'm coming here. We've interacted enough for me, and I like her. I would like to be associated with her. Yeah.
People are always watching.
Mm.
That is the funny bit.
Yeah.
You might not. You might. This is maybe sometimes come off as a threat, but it's not a threat. It's for you to know that it's not all nothing what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you choose path A instead of path B, there's someone who's watching and trying to see if what you are, who you are, or what you're about aligns to who they are and what they're about.
What you're posting to us, because you usually say, don't believe what you see.
Yes.
Online, they're full of filters.
Yes.
What you're showing us, and you see the way we are seeing people with these issues of the pay bill. And I've been here wishing I was living like them. Like I can't come here today to lie to you because I've done all these books.
Yes.
I'm doing very well. I told you I took a loan which I've not even finished paying.
Yes.
But because the dream is in me, I'm still seeing where I'm. The path is so clear. I don't know if I'm making sense. The path is so clear. I can see where I'm going. I'm not yet there. Where am I going? I believe with my stand mom, especially, in this rise on people now being aware of they need help. Right now, going to therapy is easy than kitambo. In fact, the calls you get nowadays is, do you know an affordable therapist, a good therapist? Before, someone could not even entertain counseling. Right now, people are open to that. Character coaching is under positive psychology. Positive psychology is about the wholeness, the well-being of a person, the thriving and flourishing of you. Now, in my small English, I usually say it's preventive. You see, already saying you umepata depression and all that, you're going through therapy, counseling, nini, it's intervention. So you call this prevention. It's preventive. Because you work on yourself. You see, like self-regulation, there's a test they normally called marshmallow, where some children are being given a cat. What is it called? That funny marshmallow test, and ambua can now for 15 minutes. And then I'll add you another one. And you can still eat. Some would eat even before the person left the door. Instant gratification, which is what you're suffering right now. I need to get down Uber. I'm hungry. Uber Eats. Everything will be sent here. Instant. I remember watching 24 back then in the 1990s. You have to wait until next Wednesday, KTN, for the next episode. Right now, I'll binge watch yote. I'll sit and I'll watch all the episodes because I'm capable of doing that. So we don't now have the delayed gratification. We have to work that I can use my phone to, like, AI, you've seen even in the paper, AI, people are using it for everything. And they're becoming dumb. We're having so much technology, but we're becoming stupid because we're no longer using our brains. And the body, you eat. We just taken tea. You eat to nourish the body. The spirit, spiritually, or Bible, Quran, like that. But the mind is also the healthy stuff you do. If you're reading the right things, you're meditating and all that, you're feeding the brain. And I understand the more you learn, there's also a character strength called love of learning. The brain becomes bigger. It grows in size. See, we need to feed it as well. And with the right materials. Because these are the things, the negative ones do not grow it properly. I don't even know. I'm so excited about this path of character coaching because it's helping anybody anywhere. And you're now more conscious of what are you feeling. You're more conscious of how is my business. Like now, you refuse that transfer to wherever place you are to go. Now you're conscious of, if I don't take my transfer, I pay and remain here. What of the person who had now been posted to come and replace me?
Where do I expect them to go?
Yeah. Maybe someone, and maybe you're not doing a swap from that place umekata kwenda, it's from another direction. You've affected several people, several families. You're more conscious of what your actions are doing. And you become better people. An example my friend was using of when I was telling you this thing of you can't be them, join them, or it's none of my business. If you're in a boat, and we are, Kenya is a country with one boat. Someone is drilling on that end. And then you're like, they're drilling, that side is not on my side. At the end of the day, itasip maji and the whole thing will sink.
Yeah.
So kila mtu akona jukumu yake. Yeah.
You all have a role.
You learn another character strength, perseverance. So this time you're starting your business, you persevere the hard times. Because it's not, and then you also look at, you don't give up because another person has started and made it before you, and you even started before them. And then you even switch your business. Anauza this product. So I'm like, maybe my product, let me switch to that one. And then you will still not make it in that one. So you have to at least first have your clear vision of what you want to do and stick to it. So the character strength of perseverance, you be resilient, you persevere that bit before you break even.
I know in business we are told that you should, if you're surviving the first 6 months, then you're likely to continue. But now we've gotten to a point where you're saying 3 years. So if you survive the first 3 years, then you're likely to continue.
I've heard stories even from some local authors. He has some good books, one called The Comeback. And some people have even gone longer years before you break even. So it's just a matter of knowing your story and your vision. If you're clear on what you're doing, hata ikuwe ngumu aje, even watu wanze. Like me, there's a time someone was telling me, did you have to resign? Don't you think if you didn't resign, sometimes you'd not be done financially? And then I'm like, then I wouldn't be able to move there I'm moving, doing what I love. I don't have constantly every other month the money is coming in. This month is a good one. The next month is not a good one. And then you invest so much. People don't realize marketing is investing. But marketing is not just about having an ad running somewhere. It's that thing of moving to the way we met in events, in exhibitions, because you're not bringing your act to the people so that people know about you.
And also networking with others who probably not buy from you.
Networking is expensive. Yeah. And your net worth is the networks you're making. Of course, I want to go to an agricultural exhibition event to network there. It does not relate to maybe if that time I'm marketing the books. Of course, now with character coaching, I fit in many spaces. But of course, you look at who are the clients I'm targeting. So which spaces will I find them? And you make sure you're present in those spaces. But then it means spending money.
You've been in business now for
3 years.
3 years since you left your work.
Yes, since I resigned.
But before that, you're also in other spaces that you found, like when you're saying about the car hire, and I don't know what else you were doing. You've always been entrepreneurial. Like it didn't just happen now. Yeah. It's just that this time you decided, kufa makaka kufa dereva, I'm going fully with this. What can you say if you were 20, knowing what you know now? Because I tend to think most of the listeners, and one of the listener who's watching us is probably 20. If you were 20, what do you think you'd do different, knowing what you know now?
I think firstly, learning on how to do business, how to run business is something I would have taken seriously, even if it's just reading books on that. And I would not have shelved myself for the sake of what I have studied to practice. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, you are.
Because with my students at the university, I was telling them, as much as you're doing this course, they see that talent in you. If it's a talent you can monetize,
or
then
a skill.
Yes, do it. Because someone is doing engineering, but they can design an outfit for you. One is a videographer and he has not even studied for it. Like, he's so good. I was like, did you do any video stuff? No, I just watched YouTube. And then I got the gear, So don't shelve everything and just rely on that career you're training for, what you're studying. And you're at a point, me Sahim takiniambia ati I'm looking for a job. I usually tell them, before that job happens, what else can you do? What else can you do to make money? So
as we wait,
back then at 20, I would have wanted to, I wish I didn't shelve the things I felt I can do simply because I'm focusing on what I have studied to get money from that. It really boxes someone up. And then you have to wait for end month, then you pay, the money's gone, and then another month starts. But I felt a part of me, I could feel I'm not really, I don't know if it's childish to share this, but I remember when I was Googling a certain cartographer, geographer, he's really published a lot, over 2,000 stuff. Can't remember his name right now. It's Good Child something. I was like, how does someone get Googled? So I would Google myself. I would Google Catherine Njore, nothing appears. No results for Catherine Njore. And that remained in me for, I became visible 2019. That time, 10 years earlier. In fact, it was in a modeling event in Mefoko Makeup, and then I'm waiting. So I'm curious, how does someone get Googled? Kwa computer, siko on a smartphone. Then I Google, there's nothing about me. So that thing stayed at the back of my mind. I would want to be Googled. And then the thing that used to excite me is a business card. A business card, I'm to what advocate with their name there. I'm like, I would want a card with my name. Those two small things.
Small things that are so big.
And right now here I am telling someone, just Google Catherine Njore and you'll see. So I realized inakujanga tu pole pole. Yeah. Then after reading Good Child's work, I'm like, I would want to publish something on cartography, and I don't even know where to start. So I'm like, hey, I'm over dreaming. Let me stick to my day job. And then with me year after year, having to redo the same cycle of work, when I'm not doing anything extra in an academic year, it would depress me.
So you're not in your flow state?
Yeah. So like,
but since you started entrepreneurship,
it's usually very interesting. In fact, sometimes you'll spend more than you'll make in some engagements. Yeah. I don't know if it has happened to you.
It has.
But it's very fulfilling.
Yes.
And eye-opening. Every other time and then the satisfaction of when you create the right network. In an event, just one person, but the right person.
Yes.
It's usually good.
It was probably in your life for life. No, there are so many books I've given for free because the person I wrote for, my primary audience, does not have their 1,000 Kenya shillings to buy the book. But I know you're the person I wrote for. So until I get the people who can support me to take the book where it needs to go, in the meantime, utakuja uniambia unataka kitabu nikose kupatia. Because that's why I wrote it. You're the person I aimed to show that it does get better, that it does get good. So if I'm 20 now, at 20-year-old, we are telling you, even as you're going into college, even as you're doing things, or you're pursuing a certain career, don't box yourself. What else can you give that is of value? And that is where the money is. Do you have a talent? Can you monetize the talent? Yeah. Do you have a skill that you can learn? Can you monetize the skill? I tend to be the person I think they talk about, the jack of all trades. You'll find me here, there, everywhere. I'm doing skill A, I'm doing skill B, especially when I'm bored and I'm not in my flow state. I have to go, learning takes me back to the flow state or makes me realize what I need to get onto that flow state. So you'll find me, leo niko kwa digital marketing, kesho niko sijui wapi, bado niko shule sijui nasoma nini. But it's because if there's an opportunity for me to grow, so why not grow? Why not grow an area of my life? I've also even been a life coach at some point.
After this, you'll tell me more about life coaching. And actually something I've remembered, capture the moments. Because like me, 2020 is when someone asked me, you do many things. Can you tell me more? So I was like, unataka nikwambie about gani? I do this, I do that, I do that. And I came, we need to put all these things in one visible place. So he told me, let's do a website. It didn't make sense to me at first, but with time, it made a lot of sense. So capture those moments, those things you're doing. You never know when they make an impact or bring an opportunity your way.
And also, it's not just even website, hata social media yako inakaaje. Unashanga tu memes, ama what else is there? Because that's also one of the things when people Google your name, wataona, tapelekwa Facebook, tapelekwa to your social media sites if you're using your name. There's that platform, gosh, now I've forgotten what it's called. Is it Tree something? Linktree, Linktree, where you put your links to the different areas. Even that, just have that. You don't have to have a website. Probably a website is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
But is there is there a place where all the things you've
Someone
done
can find.
inaleta pamoja. Sijui tunaitanga portfolio ama something like that. Like, what's your portfolio? That now becomes your portfolio.
There's a study, I can't remember, that has shown HRs nowadays when hiring, they are looking into your references more than your colorful academic stuff. They'll call the people you put in references. They'll even call a place you've said you've been. Munajua Lucy, what kind of a person is she? But your credentials are very good. Also nowadays, you're even filling your social media handles in some CVs when they give you a template to follow.
No, si hata visa.
They want your social
Kama
media
US visa
handles.
huwezi apply bila social media.
Yeah.
Na ukidanganya
That's why
watajua.
you're saying you'll be one person. Juu utasema hii ilikuwa jokes. Kwani hamjui jokes. Naisha kucost. You know?
Kazi ishaenda.
Yeah. Ati ya ilikuwa jokes. And you know internet never forgets.
It doesn't.
And for some reason people have screenshot what you already deleted.
Imagine.
I've been seeing that happening to people.
I
You
don't.
deleted something and then
Gosh.
something just comes back.
Like the people are waiting for you. I don't understand. Ufanya tu hivi makosa utashtuka.
And it's interesting because I've also started this set of book. I'm actually doing a fundraiser as we speak.
Okay.
I'm trying to raise 3 million to visit 3 counties,
Okay.
to public schools.
Yeah.
Because that's another target. Half the time you'll find they cannot afford to buy.
Yes.
And also because it's very expensive to produce, and even when you're not doing bulk printing, the price for a piece is high.
It's high,
Yeah, so if you're out there and you'd like to support what I'm doing, educating our learners, please reach out to us and then we do this together.
And now maybe that can get us to, if a person wants to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Through, when you go to my website, when you Google Catherine Njore, I love saying that, hey, when you Google Catherine Njore, go to my website, there's that WhatsApp thing. If you touch it, and it would send you to my WhatsApp directly. But the number is 0764 056 107.
Say that again.
0764 056 107.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So on socials, they can still get you as
Kathy
Catherine.
NJ. Kathy
Kathy
NJ. I love using
Kathy
Kathy.
NJN.
Yeah. NJ is for Njore.
Ah.
Yeah, but on TikTok, I think iko Kathy NJ3.
Okay. Kathy NJ.
But second, ukitafuta tu Catherine Njore, most of my stuff just pops out.
Okay. And also on your website now does have a link to social media.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope iko hapo.
Now, as we're closing, what do you think our audience, our listener, needs to hear that you've probably not gone into it, that now they have a chance to hear? If you are talking to yourself as a 20-year-old, what would you have wanted to hear that you're now able to tell someone who is listening, who's at that point?
Number one, your dreams are valid. You remember you'd say, I want to become a pilot, people laugh. And they're like, I think I can't make it. So your dreams are valid. Number two, you can make it. Number three, my journey is not your journey. Because when you start comparing, you get discouraged. We finished the same year. She's doing very well. She's married. She has a house. She's driving. You start doing those comparisons. My goodness. Your journey is not my journey.
I compare myself to Riri. And I wonder how.
The second you start comparing yourself, because the people who just start business and inashika immediately.
Yes, like 20.
And that's why so many businesses, ideas, they were great. They could have become something big, but you give up very fast.
Yeah.
Simply because someone else made it very fast and you're like, hey, this one of mine is taking too long. So that business idea you have, you believe in it, you can actually see where it's going, because you always have that mental image of that journey. Persevere, you know?
You're on a different path.
Yeah. Kila mtu, yes, bold path. Kila mtu ako kwa njia yake. So don't get swallowed. Don't start going to someone's path. Stick on yours. And then I remember Vuzi saying, the book of VT, you cannot eat your passion or eat your talent.
Yes.
So as long as whatever you're saying cannot make you any money at that point, of course you still need to have another engagement.
Yes.
And then like back to even your path, don't resign when someone else is resigning.
Yeah.
Do it at your pace.
Yeah.
If you feel you're more comfortable still getting a salary and someone else running your small side hustle, that is fine.
Yeah.
When you're like me, want to be physically present for something to move, that is also fine.
Yeah.
So you just have to write your story and follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But your
love
dreams
that.
are valid.
I love that.
Because you still have this thing, it has never died, this thing of work hard, go to university, get a good job. In fact, it was get a government job because it's secure. It's it has what security. So that thing, some parents still have it. So you have a child, they're so good in music, but you want him or her to be a lawyer like you, a doctor.
Or someone you know.
So sometimes you force someone to study what they don't want. But because otherwise you're fine, you may have to take the course, but don't kill that part of you that keeps you alive. Yeah.
Allow yourself to pivot.
Yes.
And I've seen many stories here. When the person decided to pivot is when they got their, their time, their limelight, their spotlight. Then they allowed themselves to pivot. And I'm also excited about parents who reach out to me and ask, my child is interested in, like one asked about fashion. Do you know a fashion house that they can probably intern with or be affiliated to? And the beauty of that is that at least I've a few of this non-traditional career paths that have been here that I can, tell people, reach out to this person. I think if now I'm asked, my child is interested in maps or drawing, I'll probably refer them to Kathy. So so those parents who are doing that, we really applaud what you do. And I would really applaud what you do, Kathy, and the journey you've taken. I'll probably, because this path is not as easy as we'd want it to be. Entrepreneurship is, you have really good days. Like I know you have really good days. Those months unasema, I even earn up to 300,000. And then there are months where hakuna mtu ananunua.
There are a couple of months
hakuna mtu ananunua
where you're like, silence to keep doing this.
Silence. Like I can't remember the last time a person bought my book. So leo nimeamka nikafikiria hivi hadi nikaweka kwa WhatsApp status. Guys, buy my books. It's 1,000 shillings. So you do have those months where you're selling like 100 copies at one go or in one event, but then there are others where doesn't mean that you chose the wrong
Personally,
thing.
I've not even done the 100 copies. I don't think so. You'll do 10. The events you won't sell anything.
Yeah.
You see also the reading culture in Kenya.
Yeah.
It's not that...
the ones I sell 100 ni zenye ziko Kenya. Kenya sijauza hata 10 in any event. Even the events we've done together as a books, I don't think I've sold even up to 10.
But I hope we'll reach a point where we are collaborating as Kenyans support each other and maybe even the system supports us. I don't know. Yeah. But we'll get there. We have to keep at it. Yeah. Yeah.
But for today, in this moment, I really celebrate what you're doing.
Thank you.
I celebrate the journey you've taken. I love my Stan mom. I love that you are showing people the importance of boundaries.
Yeah.
I love that you're building characters. People say they do the things they do because they don't know. No, you don't have that excuse because you're here and you're saying, I can help you even self-regulate as something as small as self-regulation. You might look at all the videos, but if you're not working with someone anakwambia, actually hiyo kitu ulifanya, hebu niambie wiki yako ilikuwaje last week. And then there are those points where you did not self-regulate very well. Then that person holds you accountable and then you're doing better the next week and going forward. So thank you for what you're doing. I honor your journey. I hope that these books get to school, to all the schools, so that we can appreciate maps from a young age. Ufiki kama mimi hata hujui kusoma Google Map. Mimi hata nashinanga nikipotea. That's why I don't drive in this country. I can even take myself to town and get lost. I get lost everywhere.
Mama wa Google anakuambia ingia express na hajakwambia ukifika mwisho utalipa.
I get lost everywhere. Even when I'm abroad, the sharing location, hiyo ndio inafanyanga nafika kwenye niko, because my husband will be like, unafanya nini kwa airport na uishi kwa airport? Nilishachukua train imenifikisha kwa airport. So we need this culture of understanding our maps, knowing that they mean something, they are of importance in your everyday life, in your business. Like, I can't map where people have read this book. That is so wrong, guy. You know?
And then another beautiful thing about maps, maybe the map I'm preparing for a certain thing. Like when I was making the sub-county maps, I now noticed I was not looking to see how many counties touch Mount Kenya, the mountain itself. So sometimes the map brings information you are not looking for. It's actually very interesting.
Very
I think
interesting.
we'll talk more.
Yeah. So if you're there, make sure that you can get a book for your child, for yourself. I think hata unafaa tuwekeza coloring. Unajua mtu akikala anakala akifikiria. Actually kumbe hii map inakuanga hivyo. Because now where we are at with mental health,
there's this page for coloring. I usually put it here for someone to color and flack it out of the book.
Yes. More of that, please. As adults, saizi our mental health, tumerudia coloring, the things that used to make sense. Should find me coloring.
You need to play more.
Yes.
Life is too serious.
Life has become too serious. And even as entrepreneurs, then with this uncertainty, you can get really demoralized. But it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path, like you've told us. You're on the right path. Just don't not compare yourself with anyone else's journey.
Even if it takes longer. Because like, I thought I'll have made my million by the time I turned 40. No, it's months to 40. It is not yet. So I'm like, it will happen.
Yes.
It will happen. Only that I can't decide it will never happen because it has not happened.
Yeah. And I hope this is an encouragement to you as a listener. We are still walking that path. We've not made our millions yet, but that doesn't mean you're not on the right path. So you've not made your millions, you've not gotten to those goals that you have. It doesn't mean you won't get to them. You will. Just keep following that path. You are on your right path. You are on your bold path. And as I always say, your bold path starts now. Start scared, start unsure, start and believe that you can do it. Thank you so much for being here.